The Silk Road, where adventure begins, the adventure of a lifetime. Marco Polo, his uncle and father, and a whole bunch of people went on a venture on boats, first on the back of horses and camels. They went through the Middle East and the Far East and India and all of those places and China, and then they reached the Gobi Desert, Mongolia. The Kublai Khan, the famous Genghis Khan, a grandchild or the most powerful in that ancestry after Genghis Khan himself was Kublai, and he was in power. And Marco Polo became an advisor to Kublai Khan and went back and forth between Europeans and Asians for his lifetime in promoting trade and business and all of the things. And one of the things that Marco Polo found was the powerful power of camel fur and camel products, because Mongolia was the only place in the world that has these type of camels where people could use the milk, they could use the meat, you could use the fur, you could use the bone. I mean, the most useful animal. So let me go through the 7 facts that we found on the road to Silk Road to Mongolia, following the steps of Marco Polo. And the first thing that is very shocking, very few people in the world know that the hump of a camel, the hump, the higher part of a back of a camel is not water. Most people I've asked, I've interviewed, they think it's a water in the hump. No, it's fat. And that fat was accumulated during the springtime and the summertime by eating a lot of brush and grass and all of the good nutrition from the Gobi Desert, which is very similar to northern Canada, the tundra. And that becomes fat to restore in there. So winter time, when the Gobi Desert is really harsh, like the Arctic of Canada, the camel is lacking resources. It could use the fat to survive the winters. So first fact that Marco Polo and I have found about camels, as the hump is full of fat and not water. And the second fact is that camels have 2 eyelids, one like us, the eyelid, and then there's one underneath that could close down under the storms, under the snowstorms, so it can still see through the storms. That's why the camel never stops in the snow, in a storm, in the sand, in the thunder. The camels can walk and work and be very effective and efficient because they have 2 eyelids instead of 1 like most mammals do. Third shocking thing that we found about camels is that the camel's milk is very, very, very closely tied, like 99% close tied to mother's milk, and it has all of the nutritions for a baby to grow from a small unit to a full human being. Nutritions like iron, like minerals, everything that the mother's milk has, a camel's milk has. So we get so many requests to see if we have camel milk in our operation or in our store at camelcare.ca, and we don't, because that's a food item that needs to be produced locally, and we're working on plans on making all of these products and even milk available in the near future. Now the fourth shocking fact that we found is that camel is known as the wisest of all animals in many cultures, including Iranian, Persian culture. Camels known as the wisest and the most spiritual. Let me tell you about the Muslim culture and its relation to camels. It is said that the Prophet of Islam, Muhammad sallallahu alaihi wasallam, had a camel, and when he was he was chased from Mecca and run to Medina as a shelter because he was being harassed. All of the rich people in Medina came to his presence, said, let's go to my house. I have the most beautiful, I have the richest house, or I am this and I have that. And the Prophet said that wherever my camel sleeps, that's where the house will be, or that's where I will stay. And it happens to be the place that the camel stayed is called today Masjid Medina, the biggest mosque in the world in the city of Medina. So it's a very holy animal, even in Islam and other cultures. The fifth shocking thing that I found about camels that most people can relate the camel world is to Egypt. I've been to the pyramids and I've seen camels, most people tell me. And the shocking fact is that a long time ago, in the Roman times, Cleopatra, the queen of Egypt, not only is famous for taking a bath in milk to have the most perfect silky skin, but also drinking camel milk and using it as creams on her face to help her glow and vitality. So camels are overall the most useful animals in the world. Now, the sixth shocking thing about camels is that camels are actually originally from Canada, as I've been mentioning. The camels were found, the bones of prehistoric camels were found in the Arctic north of Canada by a doctor from British Columbia University who has done extensive research and concluded that the prehistoric camels did in the north of Canada in the Arctic, and the hoof was made to walk on sand and snow and ice, not just sand, but snow and ice. And the fur, of course, it protects, which brings to my conclusion of 7 facts about camels. The most important fact, and the seventh fact, is the camel's fur is known as the gold of the desert, because not only it heals many illnesses and physical ailments and nervous system problems, but it's very positive energy. When I am making these videos, or any other time, or all the time, I have replaced my medicine cabinet with a closet full of camel cashmere products because they're so good, they're so comfortable, they're healing. If I'm having a headache, if I have a fall, if I hurt myself, or anything happens to any members of my family, we just wear, instead of taking drugs, we wear something to heal our body. And that's really the 7 shocking facts about camels that Marco Polo has found, and now I have rebrought to service, and we have created camelcare.ca as a hub for business, as a hub for customization, as a hub for systemization. And we recommend everybody to go on camelcare.ca, send us a message, let us know that you're watching, you're learning, you're growing, and you're building a stronger you. So Camel Care was built to strengthen your health. Should you have people who have ailments and or heart attacks like my mother, arthritis, gout, any type of issues, we recommend that you go and check out www, see if you can find a condition, see if you can find a product that matches that condition. We have all of the resources for you to live absolutely healthy and well. And with that, I will be concluding the lesson on this. Next is the opportunities that are along the Silk Road, whether the world of digitalization for digital nomads or physical products that some people would buy and sell. There's always been business involved in movement of people, and that movement today is called digital marketers in the world, and the fundamentals are taught in Camel Care University at Udemy, because we've been through this road and we have found some opportunities that I will share with you next. Thanks for watching.